In the mist-covered highlands of Scotland lies a legend older than memory itself. A creature said to lurk in the black depths of a loch so vast and dark it seems bottomless. Locals call it Nessie. The world knows it as the Loch Ness Monster. For nearly 1,000 years, the waters of Loch Ness have drawn dreamers, skeptics, and seekers from every corner of the world, all chasing a glimpse of what might be one of the greatest mysteries in human history. But to understand the myth, we must first understand the place. Loch Ness is no ordinary lake. It stretches for over 20 miles through the Great Glen of Scotland, a scar carved by glaciers and earthquakes long before mankind walked these lands. Its waters are cold, murky, and deep, deeper than the North Sea in some parts, and the peat-rich soil stains it dark as ink. Visibility is almost zero. Anything could hide beneath the surface, and perhaps something always has. The earliest known account comes from the 6th century, when Saint Columba, an Irish monk, journeyed to Scotland to spread Christianity. Near the river Ness, his followers encountered a creature that had dragged a swimmer under the water. Columba raised his hand, invoked the name of God, and the beast retreated, vanishing into the depths. The story became one of the earliest written references to a water monster in Scotland, long before sonar, cameras, or modern myths. For centuries, stories of strange creatures in the loch persisted. Locals spoke of enormous ripples breaking the surface when no wind blew, of shapes gliding beneath the moonlight, and of livestock vanishing near the shoreline. But it wasn't until the 20th century that the legend erupted into the modern world. It was 1933, the same year the first road was built along the northern shore of Loch Ness. For the first time, people could drive beside the mysterious waters, and it didn't take long before someone saw something that defied explanation. A local couple, Mr. and Mrs. Mackay, reported seeing a large, undulating form crossing the loch. Not a boat, not a log, but something alive. The newspapers seized the story, calling it a monster. Almost overnight, Loch Ness became a global phenomenon. Then, in 1934, came the photograph that would define the myth for generations, the so-called Surgeon S photograph. It showed a long neck rising from the water, serpent-like, its head turned slightly to the side. For decades, it was treated as proof that something ancient and unknown swam in those black waters. But years later, the photo was revealed to be a hoax, a clever construction made from a toy submarine and a sculpted head. The revelation didn't kill the legend, it only deepened it. Because while one image was fake, the sightings never stopped. Fishermen, divers, tourists, even military sonar crews reported strange readings and movements. Massive, unidentifiable shapes that seemed to move beneath the waves. In 1954, sonar readings from a fishing boat called the Rival 3 detected a large object following the vessel at a consistent depth, something solid, alive, and fast. And so the hunt began. Through the 1960s and 70s, dozens of expeditions descended on Loch Ness, armed with sonar, submarines, and cameras. The world wanted an answer. Footage emerged showing humps rising from the water, long wakes trailing through calm surfaces, and thermal scans detecting unexplained heat signatures. Some scientists dismissed it all as optical illusion, floating logs, or schools of fish. Others weren't so sure. In 1975, a joint investigation between the Academy of Applied Science and a group of underwater photographers captured something extraordinary. A sonar image that seemed to show a flipper. The shape matched that of a plesiosaur, an ancient marine reptile thought to have gone extinct over 65 million years ago. Could something like that have survived, hidden in the cold isolation of Loch Ness? The plesiosaur theory became the heart of the legend, a creature trapped in time, a relic of the age of dinosaurs. But biology has its limits. Loch Ness is cold, nutrient-poor, and nearly cut off from the sea. Could a breeding population of giant marine reptiles survive there for millennia, unseen and undetected? The odds seem impossible. Yet the human imagination refuses to let go. Others propose different ideas. Some believed Nessie was a species of giant eel, its serpentine form mistaken for a monster. Recent studies have found high concentrations of eel DNA in the loch's waters, though none yet of unusual size. Another theory suggests Nessie is a surviving whale or seal species, or even something entirely unknown, an undiscovered aquatic mammal adapted perfectly to its environment. And then there are those who see the legend as something deeper, not a creature of flesh and blood, but of spirit, a symbol. The Celts who once ruled these lands believed in water spirits called kelpies, shape-shifting beings that could appear as horses, luring humans into the depths. In their eyes, lakes and rivers were gateways to the other world, the realm of gods and the dead. Could the Loch Ness monster be an echo of those older beliefs, reborn in modern form? The legend of Nessie exists where myth and science blur together. Every time one explanation fades, another takes its place. Every skeptic's debunking only seems to make the mystery stronger. Because what people truly seek at Loch Ness isn't just a monster. It as the idea that mystery still exists. That not everything on this planet has been measured, mapped, and named. Even today, visitors come from around the world, standing on the misty shores, staring into the black mirror of the loch, waiting for a ripple, waiting for proof. Sonar scans continue. Drones dive deeper than ever before, and yet, nothing definitive has been found. And perhaps that's exactly how it should be. Because if the Loch Ness monster were ever captured, measured, or confined, the magic of the legend would die. What draws people isn't certainty, but wonder. Nessie is more than a creature. It's a story. One that has survived hoaxes, skepticism, and time itself. It's a reminder that even in an age of technology, we still crave the unknown. The story of the Loch Ness monster endures not because it's been proven true, but because it refuses to be proven false. Every ripple, every shadow, every unexplained photograph fuels our need to believe that something ancient still moves beneath those dark waters. And maybe, just maybe, it does. For somewhere beneath the fog and silence of the Scottish Highlands, the loch still waits, cold, deep, infinite, and the watchers on its shore still hold their breath, hoping to see a shape rise through the mist. One last glimpse of a legend that refuses to sink,